What's going on? This is My Life in the Shop. I'm your host, Donald Washington. Now, I'm going to bring y'all a story about two young men that try to rob a 7-Eleven with a toy gun and end up getting shot. However, I don't want to dwell on so much of that they shouldn't have done it. They should go to jail and they deserve to be shot. However, I'm going to bring you guys issues. I talk about a lot of issues in the black community and how did we get to where our young men are out here robbing a 7-Eleven. This is My Life in the Shop. What's going on? So now we got two young men. Now, first and foremost, how much money you gonna get out of 7-Eleven? $200-$300? Pathetic. Let me bring you guys the footage. I'm gonna bring y'all my commentary in a minute. Now, out of all the things these young men could have done, why are you out here trying to rob a 7-Eleven with a fake gun for $200-$300? Now, I want to look at the more internal problem than look out just on the outside that these young men are wrong, of course. I had to work, I'm working 2 or 3 jobs. Out of all the things these young men could do, we got foreigners coming into this country with absolutely nothing, with the clothes on their back, and they work hard 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs to make it, and they make it out of their situations within years. And here it is, you're given every opportunity in this country. You can start your own business. I don't care if you can even rob dead on the street. But how did we get here to where you would risk 30 years in jail for $200-$300? The average person can make that in 2-3 days. And you risk it 30 years. And these kids can't be 17, 18 years old. I've been there. I know what they're going through. And let me tell you something. When you can't find a job. So now let's look at other issues on the flip side. However, we don't spend our money in our own neighborhood. Therefore, we don't own anything in our own neighborhood. Everybody else owns businesses in our community. Let's talk about the Chinese food store. They come into your community, make millions a year, and don't hire one of you. Don't shop in your community. Some of them don't pay taxes in your community. They definitely don't live in your community. And so now people in your community can't find jobs. The gas stations are owned by everybody else but you. And they don't hire from your community either. Every other store is owned by, and then some of the people that can get a job, minimum wage, why they snatch out millions from our community. They might hire 2, 3 of us, liquor stores owned by everybody outside the black community. And they might maybe hire 1 or 2 people from the community at minimum wage. And they're making $15,000 a day. Weekends probably more. Within a year, they probably making millions out your community. Then you get Young brothers like this that can't find a job. Let's say something happened. Maybe they had to sell weed early and they get a felony. I know a lot of people in this situation too, as whereas I know one girl tried to do a credit card fraud, tried to go buy some clothes and stuff. She was a teenager, 18, 19 years old. Somebody had a fake credit card, something. She would go to the store, tried to use the credit card. That's stupid, that's bad, don't get me wrong. However, she had a felony, and to this day, till this very day, she has hell trying to find a job. And if it is a job, it's a minimum wage job. This pushes people to that point to where you're so desperate, you're trying to jump over a 7-Eleven counter. But I don't want to make any excuses. It's a lot of excuses, but that's what and how we got there. We could change that around. When our young brothers come from jail, a lot of them, I did a live show actually, and I was talking to a brother who was telling me the elders, they won't, the children won't listen because we don't have nothing to offer our children. A lot of people can say, all right, going down the street, go work at my corner shop down there. You get your job there. Oh, you just came from jail? Okay, stay out of trouble. Go work in my liquor store down the street. Go work in my gas station down there. Stay out of trouble. We can't do that. We can't go and say, hey, get off the street. I'm going to help you in this situation. We can only say, hey, stay off the street. And they're going to look at us like, all right, how? And we're going to say, we don't know because we don't own anything. We don't own anything because we don't spend any money in our own community. We think we too good. We got to go shopping outside our community and give all our jobs away. We have to do for ourselves. We would rather beg the mayor, the governor, to give us a job, to provide jobs for us instead of providing jobs for ourselves. We have to do for ourselves. We got to get out that mentality of begging somebody else to do for us. We must do for ourselves. To the young brothers, start your own business. Work a minimum wage job. Save your money. Stop doing drugs. That's another thing in our community. Our communities are flooded with so much drugs and guns. And this is the behavior behind those drugs, that alcohol, that weed. Destroys your mind. Destroys your mind. You're out here doing thrill-seeking liquor store hold-ups, might as well have a born to lose tattoo on your face. Because you're born to lose. Anyway, we have to do for ourselves. Stop spending your money outside your community. Because every time you spend your money outside your community, and a lot of people say, oh, these stores in our community charge too much. Well, you're going to pay for it. You know how you're going to pay for it? One of these young men who can't find a job down the street is going to come inside your house and rob you. Now you're going to pay for it. Now you're going to pay for it because now you've just been robbed. And everything you worked hard for was just taken by somebody down the street, your next door neighbor who can't find a job. You got a job, but your neighbor doesn't. You got to look out for everybody in your community because if you don't, your community will collapse and crumble on top of you. Hence, what we got here in Chicago. Name a violent neighborhood, I would name you exactly what I just said. No jobs in that community. You show me a community with poverty, and I'll show you a community with violence. And I'll show you films of people getting robbed all day long. That's where we got. That's how we got there. If you don't spend your money in your community, it's going to be plenty more where that come from. If everybody had cameras in their house, you'll get a whole lot of that. Also, I want to make the point too, as to whereas I'm so glad that this man didn't kill them. And this is why we need officers from the community. Somebody that has compassion for the children in the community. Because if there was anybody else outside the community, he would have shot them 35,000 times. Tell me I'm lying. Laquan McDonald was shot 16 times walking away from an officer. Tamir Rice 12 years old with a fake toy gun. This is also why you don't leave the house and let your children walk around with a toy gun, because somebody's going to kill them. Tamir Rice was shot within seconds. The officers didn't even get out the car. They didn't even have the decency to say, hey, put it down. They rolled right up on him so he couldn't even move. The officers could have easily just pulled down the street and said, hey, drop the gun. And he said, hey, it's fake. He's a 12-year-old little boy. No compassion. But that's how you get from somebody outside the community that comes inside your community and police it. They don't care for you. They don't like you. They're not just out of regard for the law. They're doing it just to police and harass you. And we've been there. We've seen some, not all. However, this is why I'm so glad that somebody from the community, because somebody outside the community would have shot them in the head 30 times easy each and still be shooting. We've seen it. Mike Brown was already laying on the ground, shot 5 times before Officer Darren Wilson walked up to him after he's on the ground and shot him on top of his head, execution style. Executed him. Walked right up to him and blew his brains out. Literally. And so anyway, I want y'all to like, comment, let me know what you think about this video. Peace.